6. To accept this free call, press 1. Thank you.
CenturyLink.
You may start the conversation now.
I just want to know who you was talking to. That's it.
And I just told you who I was talking to.
Like, when I really thought about it, when I was writing this shit, like, bro, it's never been a time where I've been around you where I wasn't attracted to you or, thought you was beautiful or, felt good about you. You know what I'm saying? And that shit says a lot, like, bro, to go 9 years and then to run back into you and feel how I feel, you know what I'm saying? I just didn't know how to. I didn't know how to really, like, openly express it, like, you know what I'm saying? Before I came to prison, I really didn't know, like, I was so unsure about the things that I wanted in life, bro, that I wasn't able to grasp the feelings and emotions that I had for you, you know what I'm saying? To its fullest potential, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that I was able to come here and build my relationship with you, man, like on some first-hand, day-to-day type shit, you know what I'm saying? To build it up to where we at today, because I feel like it can't be wrecked. I feel like it can't be crashed. You know what I'm saying? And that's honest to God truth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Prison couldn't crash it. Another nigga coming in the picture couldn't crash it. Our family couldn't crash it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, my family couldn't crash it. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that was supposed to wreck us, bro, hasn't wrecked us. You know what I'm saying? So I believe it. And I believe that our relationship is built to last, man, and I feel like it was meant to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just thankful for it, man. I really...
Be quiet.
All right, go ahead.
Hey, y'all. It's Jadina and Marcus.
Hey, Marcus.
Really? Really?
The turn up crew. It's real. Yeah. Just in case y'all think this marriage ain't legit, this shit is all the way legit. Yeah. And yes, I love my wife. We're going to start off like that. I love my wife. And she loves me. Yeah, straight up. And I hope y'all in love, because if y'all not, we're going to help y'all with that shit today.
Hey, y'all. It's Jadina and Marcus Addison, and we are coming to you with the real, raw relationship piece, Love Over Losses. And we started love...
Hey, it's my turn. It ain't your turn. It's my turn.
Oh, my God. Okay, whatever.
All right.
So...
How y'all doing? I just want to take the time now. She done talking. I'm going to tell y'all what I want y'all to know. I want everybody to be very comfortable and ready to hear this show, because at the end of the day, this is going to be something that's going to be helpful to you, and it's going to be exciting, and it's something we're going to enjoy doing as much as we can. Me and my wife, we've been together for a few years now, and we're a newly married couple, and we don't know everything, and we're not perfect, but we're willing to share our experiences with you guys and allow y'all to have the opportunity to see things from a different view. Me and my wife, we met back when we were younger. We were going to school.
We met in 2005.
A very long time ago.
Yeah.
And I've been attracted to her ever since we worked together. But our very first job together, I believe that was her first job. But it was my first job. And it was at a fast food place.
It was my first job. It was at Sonic Drive-In.
Right. And she was cooking.
No, I was not cooking. Yeah.
Well, she should have been cooking. But I was cooking, and she was a car hop, and I used to sit in the back, and I used to just look at her, and I was like, man, you know what, this girl is fine. I'm going to try to talk to this girl. But every time I tried to talk to her, she would always, like, look at me like I was doing something wrong, like she was angry, and I never could figure out if she was mad at me or if she mad that she had to come to work. So I just kind of, like, sit back and just looked at her, and I was like, man, maybe one day she'll talk to me. So after we had worked together for a little while, I kind of got the nerve up to talk to her, and I said, man, I'm just going to walk up on her and see what happens. So she was in the back, and I went and asked to talk to her. I'm like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? And she kind of just looked at me like, what do you want? And I'm like, what do you think I want? But I didn't say it out loud because I really didn't want her to cuss me out. But anyway, so I told her, hey, I'd like to take you out, and we talked for a few minutes, and she, of course, turned me down. And so she walked off, and I just went on break. And while I was on break, I said, man, you know what? this girl don't go out with me. So what I did is I put my thinking cap on, and when I put my thinking cap on, that's when I'm at my best. So
yeah, the thinking cap really means the worst.
Yeah, that's what she say. But yeah, anyway, so I said, you know what I'm gonna do? Since she act like she don't want to talk to me, I'm just gonna put my cell phone on silent, and I'm gonna put it in her purse. And then when she get off work, I'm gonna call her, and I'm gonna keep calling until she answers. So that's what I did, y'all. Hey, look, and when I say I did that, I did that. So I call her, and she answers the phone, and she's like, who is this? And I'm like, hey, this is my phone. This is me. And she told me I was crazy, and she laughed, and I told her, I'm like, man, you know what, man, I really just wanted to go out with you so bad that I just did what I thought was necessary, man, in order to gain your attention, man, because any other way wasn't working. And we talked, and we agreed to go out, and she let me pick her up, and she came to my house, and we watched some movies, we had a few drinks, and we spent some time together, and then the next day, I took her home and dropped her off in my car. She did not give me no gas money. Still ain't gave me no gas money to this day. And, after that, we kind of, sort of, I guess you could say we was dating. Was we dating? Or no?
No, we were not dating.
Well, in my mind, we was dating. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She was my girlfriend in my mind. So, we go up to work, and then, after that, I kind of put my stalking mode on, because now I'm sweating her every time I see her. And she was just like, boy, give it a break. You know what I'm saying? So then when she wasn't giving me no action, you know what I'm saying, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to make her mad. So I started talking to this girl that was completely not attractive. But she worked with her, so I knew that, it would make her mad. And then she kind of eventually came and said something to me, and, I kind of laughed about it or whatever. And, we ended up connecting really strong after that. Well, long story short, she ended up being my girlfriend. She won't never admit that, but she ended up being my girlfriend. And then I ended up moving to Texas.
And then you move away.
Yeah, I moved to Texas with my family. And I didn't see her no more, until
Facebook.
When I went on Facebook.
And you hopped in my DM. You slid in my DM.
See, I always try to make it seem like I'm slitting her, y'all. Hey, look, so I messenger, you know what I'm saying? I hit her up, and after I hit her up, tell them how you wouldn't get off my phone all night. She talked my phone down till the battery went dead. Threatened me, you know what I'm saying? And I told her, I mean, you know what, you really just, need to come see me, man. And she's like, all right, I'm going to come see you when I go see my friend. And she went to Houston to see her friend, and she came back. She came to Dallas and stopped on her way back. And we spent some time together. We ate and shared a few hours together or whatever. And then she went back home, and we promised to meet up with each other later on that week. And when that time came, I went to go meet up with her after I went to take care of some business that I had to take care of. And I took too long, and I called her, and she had an attitude. And then I got mad, and I started doing something else. And then
long story short, we talked for a little bit, and then you caught a case, went to prison, and we're here now.
Well, that's definitely a long story short.
I mean, that's a long story short. I mean,
right, and then I came to prison.
We lost contact in 2014, and then we did not come back in contact till a couple of months after you went to prison.
Right. She's telling the truth. And then once we came back in contact, once I came to prison, we began to build this relationship that we have now, and we were able to
connect with each other on a way different level.
Right, because it took us having to be disciplined, you know what I'm saying, and sacrifice off the muscle, man. So it wasn't like an ordinary relationship where you go on multiple dates and y'all take time out and y'all do this and do that. It's like it was long distance off the muscle, not little to no contact. And so all we had was phone and letters and stuff like that. But over time, we began to adapt to that situation, and we grew on each other, man, and our families began to grow on each other, man, and we really experienced a very nice thing, man, and we we've grown to be quite the couple, man. And I'm very proud of the growth that we had. Yeah, I'm proud of the progress that we made, man. I couldn't have asked to be with anybody better than the person that I chose to marry within my wife. She's a very special woman, man, and she makes me feel like a very special man. At the end of the day,
speak up, husband.
I said, at the end of the day, it's like this.
I said speak up.
I am speaking up. You can't hear me?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, I totally appreciate the love and support that she's given me, and she's made me understand the real definition of love and relationships and marriage and being with someone that at the end of the day respects you and loves you the same way you respect and love them. And that's something that I don't think that I could share with any other woman. So like, you know, marriage has its ups and its downs, and it has its, you know, side tracks and everything, especially when you're doing it from the standpoint that we're doing it, as far as a person being incarcerated and apart from the person that they love. And so I have to take time out every day, man, to tell my wife how much I appreciate her and the things that she's done to maintain this relationship and the sacrifices that she made in order to love a man that's far away, to be dedicated to a man that's so far away, and it's just a great thing. It's just a great thing.
Mhm. And my husband always says we're taking. I didn't mean to interrupt you. He always says we're taking no losses. All love, no losses. So that is where we came up with the title, Love Over Losses. Every letter I send him or he sends me, sign Love Over Losses, or emails. You know, we always just throw Love Over Losses. That's just our signature. So that was the perfect name. So we wanted to come on here and, you know, just pick a different topic every episode and, you know, just discuss it and give our views on it. So basically what we'll be doing is discussing one topic a week. And this week we wanted to discuss a topic that kind of hit home for us, which is men who marry women who are overly sexual and are embarrassed by it or expect them to change after marriage. I want to use Cardi B and Offset as one example because Cardi B recently filed for divorce. I seen that on the blogs. Offset was saying, I don't know if this is true or not, I just seen it. He was saying that he was embarrassed by her after her WAP lyrics and wanted her to tone down her lyrics. How you feel about that?
Well, my opinion, this is my opinion from a male's perspective.
Well, hold on. Also, I want to ask you, because I know one time you told me, the only thing that I want you to change is your hoish ways, but that's also the reason I love you and I married you. And I say that because we experienced some stuff like that too, like you being in prison.
Right.
Multiple people have emailed you and wrote you about my social media and the things that I post.
Right.
And they feel like it's not appropriate, I guess, for me to be married to you and posting this stuff, but that is what I do. I get paid to model for lingerie companies, sex toys, clothing. So I'm posting to get paid. This is what I do. This is what I've been done. But people are like, I don't think that you would approve of what she's posting. She's posting revealing and provocative pics. I don't think you would approve of it, not knowing that you've seen the pics before they did. And they just think that it's not appropriate because they don't think that it is. But me and you don't have a problem with it. So it is appropriate. But anyways,
right.
How you feel about that?
Well, baby, I'm going to tell you first thing first, man. I love you to death, you hear me? And, just
I love you, too.
Man, being completely honest, I'm so secure in the marriage that I have and the relationship that I have with you and the communication level that I have with you that there's nothing that I believe can build a wedge in between that. Every man is not going to want to understand that their wife, has a very high sex drive or gains a lot of attention from being beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's hard for a man to accept, but it's also a thing that a man loves to gain. You know what I'm saying? Every man loves hearing people talk about how beautiful their wife is, but at the same time, they don't want a man or a men looking at their wife like that. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like good and a bad situation. As far as I'm concerned, like my wife does things that, most people will look at it in a negative light, but since our relationship is built on trust and honesty, like we talk about the things that we feel could be detrimental to our marriage, and we set guidelines, and we abide by that. At the end of the day, it just comes down to you respecting your partner and your partner's, peace of mind, so to speak. And I love my wife, man, and I'm sure that she loves me, and we're not gonna never do anything that will damage our relationship. So, like, when I told you I wanted you to change your whole ways, man, it was just that, sometimes, man, sometimes it's hard for me to accept, that you're so goddamn fine and that niggas don't want to, niggas don't want to get at you, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's hard for me to accept that, especially being in prison, you know what I mean? So, it's just something that I've grown to accept, knowing that I married somebody that's beautiful and somebody that ain't got to walk around with a bag on their head all the time, you know? So, I think that my advice to everyone is, man, is if you love that person, you understand that person for who that person was when you married them or when you first got with them, and you make sure that you make it a point to where y'all have an understanding and that y'all be honest with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I definitely agree with you on that, husband. It's all about respecting your spouse and what you guys are comfortable with in y'all's marriage, not on what society says, you should be comfortable with or what goes, because we set the ground rules and we say what's okay and what's not okay in our own marriage. We don't go off of anybody else. So it's all about you two that are in the relationship and what you feel is comfortable and what you feel is appropriate, and having respect and boundaries and guidelines for one another. Once again, we are Jadina and Marcus Addison, and this is Love Over Losses. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions that you want us to ask or get our opinion or feedback on, or any topics that you want us to discuss, feel free to comment below, or you can email us at loveoverlosses@gmail.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for tuning in.